February 23rd, 2026, meeting to order. Just a little housekeeping. If you haven't signed the sign-in sheet at the back of the room, if you please sign in, put your name on there. Appreciate that. First item on our agenda is minutes, claims, and payroll. Minutes, gentlemen.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Motion by Commissioner Wall to approve the minutes as presented, second by
Stoffel.
Commissioner Stoffel. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. No opposed, motion is carried. Thank you. Claims and payroll, gentlemen, what's your pleasure?
Bundle.
Motion by Commissioner Stoffel to pay our people and pay our claims.
Wall,
Second by Commissioner Wall. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. No opposed, motion's carried. This item isn't on the agenda, but I'm going to bring it up here real quick. We have three items at the Highway Department that are surplus property, or we'd like to deem them surplus. There's two generators. I think one of them's possibly, you could possibly be able to repair it. The second one, I think, is probably junk, but we also have a car lift that's available that failed on the at the Sheriff's Department when they were working on some vehicles. So I would say that would probably be something that needs to be scrapped because of the liability with the car lift. So Tom, I know you said earlier you had an auction company that we could contact and maybe put these up for
Who we
auction
had
on
sold
those generators.
the last vehicles through County Highway. They do not charge us anything to come and take the pictures and then list it. They do a buyer's premium. They had very good success with the last auction. It was Metzger auction. And
Okay.
I realize they're not out of Huntington County, but they have worked with the other counties around the area to help get rid of their surplus vehicles and equipment. They have also, some of the counties over the time has received government surplus. And it's awesome. You can sign a paper and get it, but there's quite a procedure to get rid of it. And they've worked with them to get rid of it through Kosciuszko County and some of the other counties around us too. So that would just be me, but I would make a motion to deem these items surplus property.
Okay, motion by Commissioner Wall, second by
Second.
Commissioner Stoffel. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion's carried.
The
Thank you.
car lift is scrap, correct?
Yeah, the car lift, I think if somebody wanted to buy it as is, they would have to go out to Clark's or wherever we're scrapping it to
'cause
purchase
it failed, so we don't
It
want that.
failed. We don't need the liability of
It's
selling
my
a piece of.
understanding with the scrap companies that once they get it to scrap, I don't think they resell it. I could be wrong, but I know there's a sign up on the one in Simpson Road that says that. So if someone almost got hurt at our county highway and why we took it out, I don't think we want to say, hey, you
Yeah.
want to buy it?
Scrap, yep.
Throw it in the pile.
Commissioner Stoffel has a pretty good stack of permits here. Bob and Thomas, we're going to run through these permits real quick before we get you guys up here.
This one is at 1100 North in Roanoke, Crossroads 200 East. This is a broadband utility line. Jerry has signed off on that. And then I have 5 that Jerry has not signed off on yet, that this will be contingent upon Jerry, our surveyor, signing off on it. That is 4913 East, 628 North Roanoke. That is also a broadband utility line. I've got one, and that's for Lancia Homes. And I've got one at 4758 South, 300 West. And this is an electrical transmission line to a residence. This is at 63 North 44 East Roanoke. This is a broadband utility line. Another broadband utility line in the same area, must be one residence down. 4767 East, 610 North Roanoke. This one is in Andrews, Indiana, and it is for a QC Communications Comcast. So, and I think that's one of them that we are not having trouble with. The other two, I'm not sure about. It was not one of them that Terry, what's his last name?
Keffer?
Keffer brought up, so I don't know. Terry will have to look at those, but this one's Comcast, and it's in Andrews at 6604 West, 200 North, so just past Range Line Road, and it's for Comcast.
So the one that is the one on 218, is that it there?
I don't think I said 218, did I?
Or you said it was for that company?
Oh, for Lecom Utility Contractors. I don't know anything about them. So,
If you would toss them two out, I will make a motion to approve these pending Jerry Meehan, the surveyor's recommendation.
Motion by Commissioner Wall, second by
stop it.
Commissioner Stoffel. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. No opposed, motion is carried. Thank you.
And then them other two can go through the due
Right.
diligence and come back to us.
Okay.
So, been having some discussion with some of the local farmers and about our issues with these subcontractors coming in, either burying cable or utilities, and getting out of the right-of-way. We're looking at our permit fees. Also, we're looking at setting some standards for these utilities when they come into our right-of-way as far as notification of the property owner, like a farmer, so they know they're going to come in and be tiling, or they're going to be cutting in these underground cables and potentially cutting their field tiles. Had a luncheon with the Farm Bureau people on Friday. And just had some general discussion about how we might put a committee together and maybe tighten up some of the rules of engagement on these permits. Our permit fees are pretty low. They're like $100 for a permit, and they can get a permit for $100 and run 10 miles of fiber or whatever they're running. So I think we just need to take a hard look at it. The biggest issue is having the staffing to monitor these subcontractors when they come in, because these subcontractors sometimes are pretty careless on how they operate. So anyways, just as a point of, a talking point on these permits moving forward, so. Next up, Heartland RMC grant, Bob Jeffers and Thomas Fuller.
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
So Huntington County EMA would like permission from the commissioners to apply for the Heartland RMC grant. And what this grant's going to be used for, it's a $4,000 grant to purchase 2 AEDs for the courthouse. For one to go on the second floor and the other one to go on the third floor. This is coming about from a meeting we had with the judges, the prosecutor's office, et cetera, and Terry Stoff from the sheriff's office for the courthouse. And it was one of the things they wanted to work on. And so it's something we're trying to work towards, to get new AEDs in the courthouse.
Is it possible to go through Parkview and get a break on the purchase price of these
So
AEDs?
I reached out to Parkview Foundation. I have not heard back from them. So currently we're using one of the cheapest options, and we're looking at maybe going through Amazon at this time for the fill-ups, because the sheriff's office is going to be willing to restock the pads, the batteries to the Phillips, since that's what they carry in their patrol vehicles. So that's one reason why we're going with Phillips, hopefully.
Well, I'll make some motion to approve for the grant process to go for the money to purchase these items.
Motion by Commissioner Wall, second by
Second.
Commissioner Stoffel. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. No opposed, motion's carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I'd also like to do a shout out for Heartland RMC. They've been so good to us with our siren repairs, manpower, our lifts, and now the possibility of a grant donation for something for the courthouse that all the community can use. So they've been very good to us.
They're very good to the community, that's for sure.
Yes, thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, 2-year-old checks, Brenda Hamilton. Is Brenda up here yet? She is not. Can you email her? Ask her to come up. We'll go ahead and, is Steve Kimmel here? Not yet. We're early. Okay, Gretchen, do you have any items we can take care of while we're waiting on these people?
Yeah, I have resolution 2026-5. It's a resolution for the purchase of the Dell Financial Services.
This resolution is for purchase of equipment, computer equipment with Dell. The total, is it just a purchasing agreement that we're going to purchase our equipment? I don't see any amounts on here.
Yeah, gentlemen, this is the Dell Financial quote that
Okay,
Joachim brought to you probably a month ago.
right,
This is to replace your server stack, I believe.
okay,
And it's structured as a special purchase resolution.
Okay.
Due to the dollar amount, you'd have to go through the bidding process. Last time, I think when you put the system in place 5 years ago, you did formal bidding. Now there's an opportunity for substantial savings and to capitalize on compatibility with your existing equipment. So this keeps you in compliance for the purchasing requirements.
okay,
But this is the collaborative deal you're doing with the city for the shared services
okay.
server.
All right, thanks for the clarification. Adrian?
So I'll make some motion to approve resolution number 2026-05.
Motion by Commissioner Wall, second by Commissioner Stuffle. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign. No opposed, motion's carried, thank you. Got 3 signatures here, guys. Gretchen, do you have anything else?
No, Brenda's here though.
Hi, Brenda. We're ready for you. Yeah?
Everybody's coming downstairs.
How's everyone this morning?
We're
We
good.
left you.
Terry?
Thank you.
I'm back for 2 little checks.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. So we delayed the 2-year-old check process at the last meeting so that we could see if there were some other people that wanted to cash in their checks that were over 2 years old. We had 12. I think Kim in the auditor's office did anything that was to employees and redid those and reissued those checks and gave them to the employees. So there were just a few more people that showed up and asked for their checks to be reissued. So your total is at the bottom page. You're down to $829.31 in 2-year-old checks, a total of 32 checks. So according to Indiana law, that says that you have to give your approval for us to put those funds, those amounts back into the funds that they came out of. And that's what we're here today, is to get your approval for that. I need a signature, and then the auditors will be able to make that process take
Great.
place.
I'm glad to hear we got 12 people their money back, and with that being said, I'll make the motion to follow through with this.
Motion by Commissioner Wall to close these out, second by
Stuffle.
Mr. Stuffle. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign. No opposed, motion's carried.
Just
Okay.
need-
One signature.
Just one signature, yeah.
Jill, thank you for helping us out on those checks.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Thanks, Brenda.
So we're 15 minutes early for Steve Kimmel. He's not here. I don't see Steve. Let's do some department head stuff. Stephanie, do you have anything for us today? Okay. Bridget, Dave, do you have some items for us while we're waiting on Steve Kimmel?
I have the railway agreement for Bridge 501, which is on LaFontaine Street. This allows us to work in adjacent to the railroads right away. Adrian has reviewed it and has approved it, so I just need you guys to approve that as well.
Motion to approve the request.
Adrian's already looked, you've already looked
Yeah, I
at it?
have,
Okay.
yep.
Yep.
A motion by
Motion
Commissioner
approved.
Stuffle, second by Commissioner Wall. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. No opposed, motion's carried. Thank you.
And that's all I have until community crossings.
How's our equipment holding up?
Pardon me?
How's our equipment holding up with this winter? Good?
We haven't had a whole lot of problems, so pretty good.
Excellent.
Congratulations on Bridge 89,
Thank you,
your presentation.
thank you.
What's the timeline on that bridge?
We have to be under contract by, I think, August 1st.
Okay.
So
All right, thank you.
almost $2 million, $1,996,136.
Good thing, thank you.
Thank you.
Phil?
Yes, sir.
Oh, there you are.
In front of you, gentlemen, there was an invoice from Hattersley for $17,926.47. That was for System D, which is this corner from the third floor, or from the treasurer's office up to the third floor. That invoice basically was for 8 days worth of work. 2 of those days were no heat at all. I guess I'm asking to approve that out of courthouse cum to get them paid.
What was the amount, Phil?
$17,926.47.
Well, makes the motion to pay this bill to Hattersley.
Motion by Commissioner Wall, second by
Stoffel.
Commissioner Stuffle. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. No opposed, motion's carried.
Thank you. I have an invoice here for some work on the boiler downstairs. I'll take that out of the line item for repairs here. It's smaller, it's 3,000, they're about 4,000. Just more of an FYI on your guys' part. This week, we'll have fire inspections at the annex and at the courthouse. Jail, real quick, we had a circulating pump that been making a bunch of noise, so we had it replaced last week. I'm having the old one rebuilt for shelf stock. On that side of it, there's only one pump, there's not 2 pumps, so I want to have one sitting on the shelf, so if it goes bad again, we have it. The old landfill site that we have, that we put a bunch of dirt out there from the ditch project, I would like to kind of start working with Adrian, IDEM, and start getting things around to get that dirt spread out.
How many truckloads, tracks loads do we have out there right now?
Oh, gosh, Terry, I don't remember off the top of my head, it was a lot.
Hundreds?
Yes.
Several hundred?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I think we need to get it covered.
Yeah, I just want to keep IDEM, when the report was done, they saw the dirt mounds, and they know what it's for. I don't want to leave them set. So I want to start getting that in the works.
So the monitoring wells have been repaired and
Yep, that maintenance item's been done. Yep.
So this is gonna pretty much cap the entire old facility that's out there, correct?
I think so, yes.
So we're gonna need a ground cover over the top of that?
That will be,
So
I'll work with
you're
IDEM on
gonna
that.
have to get
on what
working
they're-
on who you're gonna have seed something over there?
Yeah.
Some, I don't know, like, is it unacceptable to throw the flowers in like the state highway does to make it at least look a little bit
That'll be a
nicer?
conversation with IDEM on what they want, specified what they want for ground cover.
So question, since that ground is leased and we don't own it, in the past, the farmer has been planting row crops on that. So
Not on top of there, they haven't. We stopped them on that a long time
Okay.
ago because he was digging down so deep and dragging up
Yeah.
trash.
He
And
wasn't
hit
supposed to be
our
ripping it, and he
wells.
was, yes.
Okay.
The one monitoring well has been replaced that was hit.
Okay.
That was part of the maintenance item as well. And I believe there's boards around that, so this time you're gonna feel it if you hit it, put it that way.
Phil, on the historic grant for the windows and masonry, where are we at with that? I know we're close to completion.
Yes, the roof work is done. The windows themselves are on order. Hoping to see them, I'm hoping by the end of April, I'm hoping, if not March, just depending on lead time. I will be back at council tonight to ask to reappropriate the 38,000 and change, so we can, get the contractors paid and keep that project moving forward so we can close it out.
So also for Parkview Behavioral Health, the renovation, so they can kind of expand their services out there.
That was
Where-
submitted
where are
down
we
to
at
the
with
state
that?
for state design release,
Okay,
and they had a couple of comments. I will follow up with John today and see where that stands on the resubmittal.
okay. Thank you, Phil.
Yep.
Anything else?
St. Anne's property, I did reach out to the attorney again just to see a status. St. Anne's attorney did reach out to Mr. Boxberger for some items. I don't know those items yet, so as soon as I do, I will forward that info out.
Okay.
Other than that, I believe that's all I have. Oh, the chamber, they reached out to me about Heritage Days Parade. I'll work with them on the gator, etc., like we normally do.
He's probably gonna ask about it. Do we have a place, since Place of Grace has already started construction out there for them to go for their,
Not yet, because yeah, that'll be a challenge this time. There's some area, we might be able to work with the contractor back in that corner to get, right now, there's some temporary equipment stuff sitting there. I'm sure we can
Yeah,
get that
it's
out
something
of there.
probably to think about in the future. Do we want that kind of element out there? Why we're trying to do something rehabilitation and getting, I think it's gonna be a conflict. I don't know how you're gonna separate that, so I think that's,
How about while they're under construction?
I don't think that would hurt anything,
Yeah,
but I think,
once it's
yeah,
completed,
but I'm just
right?
thinking that
Yeah.
we need to be thinking about in the future that probably need to find another staging area that's not in conflict with what we're trying to achieve at that location.
Place of Grace is
Yeah.
transitional high.
And they do electric and water hookup, correct? Is that right?
I know electrical, but I don't know about water.
I don't think they get water.
I don't think they get water.
I'll double
Unless
check,
they-
because
we had a
that'll
hydrant.
kind of lock us into what we
Did we-
try
we
to.
had a hydrant there for the community garden, and
Oh, that's right.
cannot confirm or deny that they tapped into that. I have no clue. You have to ask Steve that, which happens to be walking in, but I don't have that answer.
Okay.
You're up, Steve. Don't get comfortable.
We're ready for you. You ready for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
You got we're ahead.
You got great timing.
Okay. Had to walk up a stairway this time. They kept saying there's commissioner meetings upstairs. I said, no, it's over there. Okay, well anyways, I'm here for the 16th time, talking about Heritage Days. And I'm seeking approval and permission to use the county annex this year again. I know that the northwest side has an apartment being built on it. I'm just looking at the southwest side to park the semis. So it would be behind where they pick up the food. So we'd have semis there only. They'll probably arrive on Sunday, be all stationary by probably Tuesday. And then the carnival workers is going to another location this year.
To stay. That's what we was just
Yes.
talking about when you came in. Where are they going to go?
Yeah, we've got permission to use the new Lincoln School. So we'll be putting them behind the Lincoln School, the workers themselves. And we can tap into a fire hydrant there. We'll pay for the water.
That's where they're gonna camp out
So,
and stuff.
yes, so we're just looking for an area right there just to put the trailer, semi-trailer.
The Wednesday food bank that they have there, that it's just, the amount of vehicles is getting bigger and bigger every week, it seems
Yeah,
like. I mean,
yeah.
I think we can coordinate it with Phil where you guys can put them trucks. I think they can work around you and go from there.
They went out there last year, they go clear to the back, and they're really out, once they're there, they don't move
I get
until
it.
they tear down and move out on the next Saturday
Yeah,
night.
I have no problem with that.
The traffic on that particular week, we're going to reroute truck traffic coming from the north going south per usual on June 8th, starting at 3. We'll route everybody that's going around Huntington, around Broadway, and then any local traffic for trucks, we'll have them come straight through town, but there's not a whole lot of traffic that actually comes through town and the semi's doing work. So most of them will go around the Broadway route. And then just for 3 hours on Saturday, we're seeking permission to have the trucks from southbound, or from the south going north, using Broadway from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., just so we can get the parade done. This is probably going to be the largest parade we've had yet. This has been dubbed the Temple Parade, so the Mizpah Shriners is bringing out everything, so it's going to be a really nice parade, so going to be a lot of people in town that particular day. So that's all I'm really asking. Then the one other thing is Jet Fest happens on the Sunday of Heritage Days, which will be the 14th, June 14th. And they typically use the landing there on the courthouse for their band. So we're seeking permission for that. We don't know for sure they're going to have a band, but I thought I'd ask for permission to use it instead of coming back and asking later. So if that is available, then they would be able just to park on the sidewalk or maybe come up on the landing there and have their music during Jet Fest.
If you would get with Gretchen and Stephanie, and so we can put it on the calendar for that particular event.
Yeah.
Phil's got some electrical hookups that you
And
can.
actually, you have the.
Yeah, they had the
Spider.
they had the hookups, we had the Spider.
Yeah,
So we can just tap right into that.
yeah. Works out pretty
He was
good.
kind enough to let us use it as well, so,
Yeah.
thank you.
It works pretty nice, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
And then the one other thing, while I'm here, I wanted to talk with you about music in the city, just so I don't have to come over and bother you again. The dates are Saturday, July 11th, Saturday, August 8th, and then Saturday, September 12th. Those are the 3 second Saturdays that we have music in the city. Again, they usually line up on the sidewalk depending on the band. Some want to be closer to the crowd, some would rather be a little bit farther away. Some will come up on the landing, but again, we'll tap into the electricity using our Spider. And then the one other date that we may want to use the courthouse landing there would be on Friday, June 12th, and that is during Heritage Days. Typically, we have 4 music in the cities per summer, but the last 2 years, we have actually paid for the band at the Brat Tent at Wise Guys on the Friday night. This year, we're not sure they're going to have the Brat Tent because there's going to be another Brat Tent downtown during the same weekend. So the Wise Guys haven't said for sure whether they're going to do it. If they don't, there may be an opportunity for us, if we find a sponsor, to have a band during the car show of Heritage Days on the lawn that particular day. So right now, we're not really sure on the June 12th day, but thought I'd seek permission for that as well. We'll make sure everything's cleaned up. We'll make sure everything's picked up. We try to leave the courthouse lawn as spotless as possible, so.
Yeah. If you just copy Phil and Stephanie and Gretchen and all 3 commissioners on those dates, and yeah, I think.
And then I typically have sent a letter of utilization for the use of the annex to the county attorney, and I can do that as well.
Yeah.
So he's apprised of what we're doing.
You know, the Chamber's been great partners with the community, and we've worked with you with the Heritage Days and these other functions and the concerts out here and helping get an electric so we can take things taken care of. And I believe I think I'd said something to Thomas with EMA about, remember we was here for the bad storm, where did people go? What we can do if we need to run into a basement or something, you know, Don't say it's not gonna happen, because it did happen.
I know, it's happened before, we gotta be
Yeah,
prepared for
so,
everything.
I appreciate what you do for the community and keep bringing the tourism to town, and I think we all can work together to get it
Thank you,
accomplished.
Tom, I appreciate it, thank you.
You need a
Okay.
motion or consensus? Consensus, probably, right?
Consensus.
Yeah, perfect, yep.
I'll get everything out to everyone then, and if you need anything else, just let me know.
Gotcha.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your
Appreciate all your hard work, Steve.
Okay, thank you.
It's off subject of what he's doing, but my wife waters plants from time to time, and I get asked to come along quite often. I guess the city is redoing the city building, and where they store their trailer with the lawnmower, and I don't know what they're doing. They may need to have some water to help water some plants downtown. We have a spigot out back here anywhere. And
Yeah, remind me after the meeting.
I don't think she said anything to the city, but they have a little lawnmower type deal and a little tank that they drive around, so we're gonna have to have someplace to store it. I don't know what provisions they have downtown to do that, so see if we can help them out.
Okay. Yeah, just have a reach out.
And if you wanna help volunteer to water, Phil, I'll let you come along with me.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ed Ferris, is Ed here? Don't see it.
JP, are you talking for Ed?
Ed is on his way. You need to talk now, I can talk just a little bit.
We can wait, I was just putting you on the spot because I seen you walk in.
No, Ed should be here.
We're good. I'll get a cup of coffee while we're waiting. Since we have a couple minutes, I'll put Thomas on the spot. Do you have a problem with him telling us about what he's doing for the community and working with United Way?
No,
And
go
how he's
ahead.
trying to get people involved? You want to give a little spew on what you're getting accomplished here, Thomas?
Sure. So me and Sarah Kemp from United Way of Huntington County have been working together for about 6 months on forming a COAD. A COAD is Community Organizations Active in Disasters, and what that does is it helps organize all the not-for-profits, public safety agencies, to understand what those non-for-profits may be expected to do during a disaster event. That way, they're not trying to figure out what they need to do during the event. So it just kind of puts it on paper, it's organized. So our first meeting is March 13th at the Youth Bureau Services in Huntington at 9 a.m. We have sent out 52 different letters to different organizations in the county. We've sent out emails, we post on social media. So we're hoping to have a good turnout to try and form this COAD. There's 42 COADs in the state of Indiana. So we'll see if we can get it going here, just to try and make things a little bit more organized for the county and the city and all the other small towns. So,
No, thank you for doing all that. I'm glad you're working with United Way and trying to get that accomplished.
yep, and what that does, it also makes it a bit more clear about what resources we have for people, because as you guys know, we have a resource list throughout the county that we work together too on, but this will help expand that list to make sure there's nothing missing in that list we have. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. President, this week at the legislature, they're working on House Bill 1001. They're trying to shift zoning authority away from local communities unless they affirmatively opt out. Limits key planning tools like impact fees. Home rule is the foundation of ICC, which is our Association of Indiana Counties and Commissioners. It's another attempt for the state of Indiana to take our rights away as our county to set up our own rules and our own planning commission. If you don't know anything about House Bill 1001, please look it up. If you got any questions, jail. talked to our new senator and our legislator. They seem to think if they change this, it's going to increase housing in communities, that we have too many restrictions in our communities, not only in Huntington County and the other 91 counties around the state, but it's another attempt for the legislators in Indianapolis to take away our rights that we are trying to do here. Senator Soliday was doing the same thing when the session first started with solar and wind. We was fighting against them to get that accomplished, to stop them from taking away our rights of our plan commissions and what our citizens want for our community. What's good for Huntington County isn't necessarily what's best for Hamilton County or maybe Johnson County. And if we don't get some of these economic development opportunities that they call them here, I think we're still going to be doing good. We have a good community here that we can keep moving forward. But if you have a chance to get hold of your legislators in Indianapolis, talked about House Bill 1001, what they're trying to do basically is just take away our rights as the county. They want to take away home rule. They want to tell us what to do. They want to tell us what can be built there. And we have a plan commission, a DCD set up. Huntington City has one, and we have a process in place in our county, and we'd like to just move through it with what volunteers we have sitting on our plan commissions to do it.
One item of note on this bill, there's no cost benefit in this bill for the purchaser. It's strictly to benefit the developers. So obviously, all communities across the state of Indiana are struggling for adequate housing, but this allows developers to not have to engage in rules, development rules, and it could basically be the wild, wild west as far as development. I think it could be a real problem. Like Commissioner Wall said, we believe in home rule and local control. We need to keep the right to control our own destiny here in our small communities, and this bill would take that right away from us. So we're all for more housing, but we certainly can't allow people just to come in and build wherever without any rules as far as how they develop the properties, so.
If you haven't been paying attention, there was some really intelligent legislator that thought it'd be a good idea to arrest anyone that was homeless and throw them in the jail. What is that going to do for them? We need our legislators to get us mental health money. Do they have any bills to get every one of the counties more mental health money to help people with their problems or help with the homeless or do whatever? They did not do that. Their simple solution was, well, let's just throw them in jail. We don't have the resources in our county jail, even though we have a newer one, to help people get through this. And I've said along in a lot of our meetings here, get involved with the state legislator. If you haven't been there, you need to go see them, see what it's like. Rob mentioned Wild West. I think that you got legislators that are going all different places there, and depends on which lobbyist is pushing them which way. But just keep involved, and what's going to happen here in our Huntington County is going to really relate to what they're going to be doing to us here this week, I guess. So.
Just touching on Senate Enrolled Act 1, which is the property tax relief bill. I think all of us in this room and public officials support the idea of property tax relief. I think that's important. But I think what the legislative body doesn't realize that there's unintended outcomes when you put public policy in place and don't do the due diligence. An example of this property tax relief, as a property tax owner, you might get a $300 or $400 relief on your tax or your property tax bill. But what's going to happen is it's going to shift over to your local income tax, and you could potentially pay more through your local income tax because of this shift. And so that's an unintended outcome that the legislative body was kind of rushed this thing through. Like I said, we support Governor Braun and his quest for property tax relief, but I think you have to be mindful of some of the outcomes that how it affects people. So they're working on that right now. I think they've got a couple of different amendments and resolutions to the bill. Hopefully will allow cities and towns and counties to continue to just provide basic services that we need. So
And their idea of it is to cut the property taxes so we can come back and have more taxes for you. They want to put a tourism tax in place. They want Huntington City to have a wheel tax, which Huntington County already has a wheel tax in place. They've come up with a long list of a grocery list, basically, of extra taxes that all the counties can do to help supplement their losses and their tax revenue. So I'm not for any more new taxes. I love having all of our property taxes cut, but we still have our essential services we have to keep going on, so. But it's making them look good, right? I'll quit talking.
Is Ed here?
Yep.
Ed, you have the floor, sir.
Morning, Ed.
Good morning.
Try to get JP to jump in there for you.
He had to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had down 9:15, so anyway, we're ready to roll now. So, no, we appreciate the opportunity to speak, and we wanted to share our annual reports with you. And so I'll go ahead and hand these out and let JP. Or you want to hand out first? Okay, so I'll go ahead and keep talking, and JP can give you a copy of each of these. And so we basically have 4 program areas in extension: agri-natural resources, 4-H youth development, community development, and also health and human sciences. And so those reports that we are providing to you do just share what we've done in the past year. So in the front, JP's got a separate brochure there for 4-H youth development. My area is agri-natural resources. I'm also the county extension director. And so we work collaboratively with things like community development. And one of the programs we have that's gone real well the last couple of years is the community leadership program that we're partnering with the Community Foundation. And so we've got 14 in the class right now, the same number we had last year. So that class will finish in May. That's a once a month session. And so the other things that I'm doing with agri-natural resources, we currently have a grain marketing class that's on Tuesdays. It's going on for the next few weeks. I got several that have signed up for that, and that's collaborating statewide with, and we found that to be a definite need in the community. People enhancing their skills in marketing their products for farmers. We just had a workshop with 55 people that were in attendance to help growers keep their licenses intact for applying restricted use pesticides. So that was just held at the fairgrounds last week. We also have a Master Gardener class that's starting this week, and we've been having a class every year, every spring. Also, there's an online class, so we have opportunities. We've been able to get volunteers that have taken either online or in-person classes, and that's building our volunteer base. So that's going real well with that program as well. So. So again, just want to make sure we talk about those different program areas that we offer in Purdue Extension. And I'll let JP highlight some of the successes he's had with his programs, and maybe talk about some of the things that are upcoming. So
I will add to Ed's, since we do not have an HHS position filled right now, there is still initiatives that have been done in Huntington County to meet those needs. And if there's any of those needs that you are coming aware of that we are not meeting for that area of HHS, please contact us, and we can get a hold of surrounding educators that can help cover those needs if we cannot fill those as well. Anyway, so my section, I just have the flyer. If you open up in the center, so 4-H youth development, in the middle is going to be your 3 columns of the youth development side. So whether it be STEM and agriculture related or healthy living initiatives that I've done, most of them on the left side are that STEM and agriculture programming. In the middle, I've been doing a lot of initiative with my background of poultry, so avian influenza initiatives or chicken embryology within the schools, that those areas, as well as our local plastic clover programming, which brings education on the side of 4-H within to the schools. And then just on the back end, kind of breaks down the 4-H program more in depth within Huntington County, whether it be, and then we enrollments compared to the previous years too, so we can kind of see where the trends have been going the past couple of years as well. And then my contact information is on the front if there's any follow-up questions as well.
4-H is getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
It's the goal.
Yeah, that's all right.
One thing we do next month, we have a third grade Ag Day that's coming up with our, we're collaborating again with Huntington University Ag with that. Their students help teach those, the third grade students along, and bring some of their animals along as well. So that's been a great collaborative effort with Huntington University Ag too, so.
And with our, I mentioned in the program on the flyer in the top right, the top left, if you open it completely, it talks about the Class to Clover program with the impact of that program. This year we've grown that program, so we're offering that program in all 6 of our elementary schools with all third graders. So all of our third graders that will actually be attending Ag Day will actually also have enrollment and participation in a 4-H experience this year as well. With local sponsors and everything, we're able to get all that covered.
Start them young. Good.
Yep.
Good for you.
Yeah, in the state of Indiana, there's $35 billion a year in revenue, creates 100,000 jobs, and exports $6.3 billion. It's big business in Indiana. We're an ag state. We're one of the top states. I think we're number 1 in a lot of different areas in production. There's 50,000 farms in the state of Indiana, and I know that's shrinking year by year, but we definitely need to support the ag community because we are predominantly ag in this part of the state. So appreciate what you guys are doing. It's great that we're getting young people involved in it because there's a lot of opportunities, a lot of good jobs in that profession.
And that's what I'm seeing at the workshops that I do, is I'm seeing more younger producers that are stepping up and coming now and participating in those programs. So that's another thing. We have a state farm succession planning team, and we're actually hosting a webinar statewide, and we do continually do workshops in that area to help with that transition to the next generation. So it's a good point, Rob. So
Yeah, keep
thanks
up
for
the good
sharing
work.
that.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Emergency management keeps track, you mentioned it here, biosecurity, keeps track of, we had some, I believe there was duck farms in northern Indiana that they had to basically, kill most of them because of, the biosecurity, it was infected with, diseases and stuff, and they keep us informed of what's going on. And I know emergency management has been in contact with Highland and warned, because poultry production is a big deal for Huntington County.
Yes.
Last week, I could have told you how many chicken barns there was and how many chickens there was. Now that I'm thinking of it, I can't tell you, but I'll tell you what, it is a big deal in Huntington County, and it's a great alternative income for a lot of our agricultural members in Huntington County to have a poultry barn there too, so.
Yeah, a lot of my connections with the Indiana Poultry Association, just personal connections that I've had with them, I've been able to sit in on their state meetings as well as meetings with BOA to kind of get those updates and protocols that they kind of want. So I can also not only hear what's going on, but I can also let the backyard flock owners know, which are a lot of our 4-H families or in Huntington and surrounding counties, because they're just as much impacted as the larger industries as well. So trying to stay ahead of the 8 ball on that end as well.
Yeah, well, backyard flock owners scare the death out of my neighbor that has
Yes,
a huge barn with
absolutely.
thousands of chickens. I totally get it, so.
Yeah.
They take their
That's
security
definitely-
very, very strict, I guess.
Yes.
Nope, takes us all. Thank you for your help.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Phil Goodrich, Comcast Government. Morning, sir.
Morning.
Good morning. I'm
You're
just
early.
made it just on time, but
No,
I
you're
appreciate.
good.
Actually, you're the third person that tried sitting in that chair today that we grabbed him up right away.
Oh, so
so
that's the
hot seat.
go-to chair. I
There you
like
go.
that. I like
There
that.
you
I'll
go.
make sure
We're
to
ahead of schedule, so
always be in that chair.
you're fine.
I appreciate the opportunity this morning, commissioners, to make an introduction. So I don't have any asks or business. I'm Phil Goodrich. I'm the brand new Government and Community Affairs Director for Comcast for Northeast Indiana. So you may or may not have known my predecessor. If you didn't, I apologize that you did not have a contact. Essentially, across the state of Indiana, our team covers every region where our company has service. And essentially, our role is to serve as a liaison to every one of those communities that we service. So I tell people I can't do an installation at your house, I can't fix your service, I can't sell you service, but I can be that conduit to every part of our company. If the county, if any of your staff, if you personally have any issues that arise with our network, or simply have questions about our business or telecommunications, or really from a 30,000-foot view, anything that I can conceivably assist with. So
Jeremy's no longer with your company then?
Jeremy is not. So
Okay.
he has moved on from Comcast, as did, you may have known Matt Kelly,
Yes.
who also worked with Jeremy. Matt has retired as of January 1st, so he's hopefully enjoying some sunshine at this point. But I'm based in Mishawaka. I live in Elkhart County, but I cover everywhere from essentially Elkhart to both state lines and all the way down to Jay County. So anywhere, in that area, I'm here to be of assistance in communities where we have service.
So I think we have less than 7,000 people that's not served or underserved with internet service in Huntington County. And commissioners, we had pushed to get Huntington County built out. I know Heartland REMC has done a phenomenal job trying to build out. Comcast has went out. SitsNet in Warren, Indiana, which you probably don't know, has done a lot of build out too. But still, we have some underserved areas in Huntington County that we'd love to see Comcast build to. So, I mean, I know I think this governor has maybe cut a lot of the grants that was available. But if there's any opportunity for Huntington County to build out the rest of these communities, please get with us, because I think we'll be willing to help. I mean, it's first come, first served. And any of the ones that I just mentioned, if they jump in here, we got some people that want internet, and that's a big deal for us. So
Yeah, absolutely, and we hear that loud and clear. We take that issue very seriously. We actually just completed 7 rural projects across Indiana as part of the Next Level Connections program, which I'm sure you're familiar with.
Yeah.
We do have, and I'm happy to talk about this further if you want to talk about it offline, but we do have some private build planned here in Huntington County in rural areas. And it's a little early to talk about it because everything hasn't been finalized, but we are looking at possibly some projects as part of that BEAD program.
Whenever you can share them maps with us, we'd love to see it and
Sure.
get with our people that's helping push that drive forward. Because I think that's our goal, is to get everyone in Huntington County the opportunity to have high-speed internet somewhere.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
cool.
So just give the general public a 30,000-foot view of the BEAD program and how it operates.
Yeah, so the BEAD program, and I'm sorry if this is repetitive to a lot of folks, over $40 billion that was allocated by the federal government for the purposes of filling all the gaps that you were referencing. Went through an exhaustive mapping process in every state to determine who was still unserved or underserved. And then over the past year, in 2025, went through multiple rounds of applications where every internet service provider across the country and across the state of Indiana had the opportunity to put their proposals forward to economically build out those rural areas in partnership with private dollars and those federal BEAD dollars. So in Indiana, over $800 million was allocated to the state as part of that over $40 billion. We are now to the phase where projects have been provisionally awarded and gone through the first step of federal approval of the plan that the state has put together, but we are not to the phase where contracts are signed. And so until the dotted line is signed on and the money has been allocated to the state, it's not completely final yet.
Okay, thank you. I'll just kind of piggyback on what Commissioner Wall was talking about, the unserved areas in Huntington County. I think the number's close, somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000, or 2,200, I think was the last total we looked at of unserved customers in Huntington County. I do have a question on grant opportunities, or do you have a foundation where we can apply for grants for dollars for public and community endeavors?
Yeah, Comcast does have a foundation. In the last 3 years, actually, the Comcast Foundation has spent over $3 million in partnerships with community nonprofits across Indiana. So if you have organizations that are interested in putting in an application or a proposal, I'd be happy to connect on that.
Yeah, would you send that to, just copy the commissioners?
Yeah,
on that,
absolutely.
please, and send us that information. Also, Gretchen is our administrative assistant. You could copy her on that also.
I'd like to bring up the unserved or people without internet, because Commissioner Miller cannot get internet where he lives, and I kind of rub it in a little bit. That, oh, did you watch this Netflix movie?
No, I did not.
So,
I'm looking at Skyline.
I tell you, before I received internet, I'm on 200 South with government business here. I couldn't download a lot of the items that was coming to me in emails. I had to come to the courthouse and either get internet or I had to run to Warren to my office to get it. And I totally get it. We helped Star Excavating in Bippus, Indiana get high-speed internet. They do multi-million-dollar projects for excavation jobs across the area in the United States, basically. And at the time, I think they was working on the Indianapolis Airport Authority, and he had to run all the way to Fort Wayne to download plans so that they could bid to keep a project moving. And it was slowing down the economic development, basically. But yeah, whatever you can do, if you can leave me your card, because I know I talked to Jeremy quite a bit, but love to have a working relationship with you guys, see if we can get some services here for us. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, and I will leave you with my contact information, my email and my cell phone. It's the only phone I have, so if you want to get at me, please don't hesitate.
Gotcha. Thank you. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Phil.
Yeah, thank you for the
Appreciate it.
time. I appreciate it.
We've done our department head updates. Next item on the agenda is 10 o'clock public hearing. So we're going to take a short break, and we will be back. Thank you.
Yeah, watch Landman.
So it's all different items, so like.
The Majenica property, Kim Hostetler, would you step up here and give us a report, please?
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning, Kim.
So I was kind of looking for Larry, not seeing him, so that kind of changes the direction of our recommendation.
So tell us what you know today.
So today, we were hoping to have you uphold our order. Our recommendation would have been 14 days at the most for the well to be working, which I think is in process. I think it was pretty close to accomplishing that. And then stage 2, you guys did get my, here's some copies.
That's what you emailed us.
I don't remember if I emailed you that. I think I emailed you my proposed recommendations.
Do you have a phone number we can try to call him?
I just texted him.
And?
We can try calling him. I'll try calling him.
Yeah.
But basically, I kind of color-coded the violations to match up with the recommended timeline for completion. Try to call him and see if he's... And then 60 days on the other 2 stages. Greg and I feel like that's an appropriate amount of time. But that was pending.
Is that him?
There we go.
Okay, very good.
Come on up here, Larry. So, now, you know the violations, just a recap of those, what I gave you, and then what our recommendations are as far as timeline. But yeah, you'll want to decide if you want to uphold our order, you can amend it, rescind it, or accept it as it is.
So what's your recommendation?
Um,
He's done the first part.
We need to see today, though, what he's got with him, if he's got the signed contracts. I told him to bring those with him today. Do you have those, Larry?
I don't have contract, I have estimates, and the water is almost on. And as far as
You may want to talk closer to the microphone.
as
if
far
you
as
can
the
come
building
up.
is-
Yeah. Let's see what you got.
I was surprised to see you,
What?
I heard you were sick.
I was, I'm better now. So the last meeting, we had said we had to come with signed contracts.
Well, I got something for you guys to sign.
Now, this is gonna be pending, an appraisal though, right? If they haven't done the appraisal?
No.
Okay.
I sit and talked to Donnie the other day for 20 minutes. He's ready to sign the mortgage, but he's gonna put a lien against it so that the bank has a, they don't lose their ass on the mortgage loan.
That looks like a check. I don't- Do you have anything from your contractors for the structural work and the cleanup
have.
sanitation?
The sanitation I hired myself. As far as everything else, no, I paid,
Is this the contract from the Amish contractor that you've got right
I
here,
think
this
so.
quote?
the Amish, Jonas is ready to go.
Okay, so here's his quote.
And I hired the
think Mike
Amish
has
guys
been in
because
contact with Coleman.
I think they're the best.
Okay.
Got the old pump out, and I think Friday.
And I hired the
they
best,
put the pump in.
to do my well. The person I hired to do the well is definitely the best. He has had a major headache trying to get the old one out. He's been there several times.
Here's pre-qualification for.
And Mike Bollinger, oh, yeah.
I showed them. So.
Mike Bollinger is definitely the best. It took him a while, and I've already paid him money.
You've got running water now?
Huh?
You have running water now?
I should Monday.
Monday.
If the weather holds out, hey, this weather absolutely sucks. Seriously.
I went by, they was there on some of the worst days this last week, so, yes.
And Mike's got a good helper.
Yes.
He's got a kid there that, he's doing about 50% of the work, just like Mike. But Mike's the brains, 30-some years experience. But, yeah, Mike finally got the old one out, And the new pump itself will be about $900 some, the way he talks. But he's not gonna put in a 3 7/8 pump again, because that's what was in there, and it was for a 4-inch casing. Doesn't give you much room. But right now, he put in a bleach or chlordane, something about cleaning.
Sanitizing the well,
Yeah,
yeah.
and it's like, okay, so I don't know that he's actually bought the new pump. I'll tell you what, he was so happy when he got the old one out. He called me and said, come out back. He showed me that old pump. I swear to God, it's a big one. I said, it's probably been there 30-some years. But, yeah, I'll have water, which makes it a plus on my part.
Yeah.
Not having water is the roughest thing you'll ever want to do.
And our recommendation is just that it needs to be working within 14 days.
Okay.
We want to hold strong for that,
Well,
since they've had months to get it working.
well, Mike has
Sounds
been,
like you're close.
Mike's trying. It ain't that he left my job after he got it done. He left my job, something about, a chicken place has no heat. So he's running from job to job to job to job. And that's how demanding. Mike don't need to even advertise.
Well, Larry, like we said earlier, we're certainly willing to work with you on this. It looks
Okay.
like you're making some progress with the
I'm making
well.
progress. It's just,
So, I see you've got your financials in order as far as,
and like I
paying
said,
for the repairs and everything. It looks like that's
the
in
bank wants to
order.
cover their ass too.
Right, yeah, well.
He's willing to give me right now, he'll give me $60,000.
Okay,
He said, whatever it takes, but the thing is, they're gonna put a lien against the house so that they cover their ass. They're not gonna get screwed out of the loan. And Donnie's a character, but he's looking after the bank.
yeah.
He can be a nice guy, but he's a bank guy. But, yeah, he, like I said, it's wait for this damn weather. I don't know if you noticed or not, but New York has got about yay high in snow. The first thing on the morning news today is historic blizzard in New York. So, and I've been through that. Rob, I was in the blizzard of '78. I know what it's like. We was coming back from Kresge Warehouse with 20 people on Dick Hadley's van. We was stuck out in the middle at 9 Mile. If you have any idea where 9 Mile is at,
Yeah.
we was stuck out there, and there was just almost as high as the damn ceiling. It was over a semi, which semi-trailer is 13.6. It was over that. So I don't want to get caught in that shit again.
What was your recommendation?
14 days to get the well going. I think if
From
we inspect it and we know it's working, I don't think we need a public hearing for that, but that's, if you want one, we can have one.
It will be working.
Okay. And then for stage 2, with the structural work, we're going 60 days. If you're good with that, that would put us back at a public hearing on May 4th.
Okay.
And then if he'll come, give us a progress report, we should have inspected it before then. If it's good, we move on to the next phase and give him another 20 or 60 days to do the cleanup and sanitation, to get rid of the mice.
I've been working on it, and but I'm having to deal with my health too. My health ain't any better than yours. Seriously, I've got a cold, so I've got some throat ulcers that probably.
Okay, if there's no further discussion or any questions, we're gonna close the public hearing.
Is there any neighbors or anything here anybody here?
Any of
This is
Larry's
open.
neighbors that want to speak on the
Well,
public hearing? No?
I would have my brother do electrician, but I'm afraid he'd be bitching and moaning. Because my brother is a good electrician, I heard.
I think that's a good idea.
I
Probably
can't,
budget break.
I can't talk to him like this.
Yeah.
He has put me down for 60 years. I've been the lowlife. And I'm an identical twin. And I'm not just a brother, I'm an identical twin to him.
Okay,
Well, if you want to have a seat, Larry, go ahead and
yeah.
have a seat. They've closed the public hearing part of it, okay? So just
Appreciate
hang
you
tight
co-
for a second.
Here, Kim,
Appreciate-
here's his papers.
appreciate you coming in, Larry, with all your information and working on this. We're going to close the public hearing.
This is my copy I can keep of these.
Gentlemen,
Yeah,
what,
I think keep that. Yeah. Yeah, and I
What say
definitely
you?
want that signed though.
I'm okay with Kim's
Donnie is-
recommendation.
right?
Yeah, I'll second his motion.
I'm trying
Motion by Commissioner Stuffle to follow your recommendation, your timeline, Kim, for Larry Johnson's property. Second by Commissioner Wall. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. No opposed, motion's carried. Thank you.
And I've actually got somebody coming by Thursday to look at buying a couple cars.
Okay.
I'd like to get rid of two. I could use the money right now. Hell, I could use a lot of money right now.
So, you doing a public hearing in 2 weeks?
No, they uphold my recommendation, so no, I think we just need to set up the May 4 at 10. 10 is fine, yeah, okay.
Kim, would you have your department during that timeframe continue to touch base with Larry and just see how he's
Yeah, and we do.
progressing?
Yep.
Appreciate that. Thank
Yep.
you.
Ready for the other one?
We got a few minutes.
Don't we? Okay.
Got 3 minutes for
Do you have
it.
any documentation for us?
For the buyers,
Yeah.
other than the
If you did, I'd
signature
leaf
sheet.
through it while we was waiting.
Which is, that's the one
I
that
did.
does.
I'm trying to remember, that's why I asked for it.
Murder-suicide.
This page, excuse me, and the next page show the violations. And then I have pictures.
You said what? I couldn't hear you.
Oh, out there where it had all the animals.
Oh, Jenica?
No, it's north.
Oh, North, the Myers. Oh,
Yeah,
that's right.
Myers
Yeah,
family.
okay. And what's the recommendation on that?
Well, we'll open the public hearing. I don't know what Kim's going to say here.
Brad, do you have?
We got a couple minutes here before we open the public hearing.
Who's gonna represent the kids gonna be here or something?
I'm not sure, so.
Yeah, that's why I asked for the, I couldn't remember where we was at. That's why, I don't have my computer here to pull up the map, so.
Yeah, I've got a thumb drive if we can hook it up. Yes? Okay, I'm gonna grab that real quick.
Yeah, let's do that.
Sorry, I
No, it's fine.
thought I knew where it was at. And then he said somewhere else, and then I got confused. So it didn't take much. Lot there.
Seems like a lot of stuff.
I feel like we should have a turntable on the record back there.
Okay, it's 10:15. We're going to open the public hearing for the Kenneth and Melanie Myers property. Kim, give us a
Yeah, so-
quick overview here, please.
We went out with the health department on January 12th, and from what you saw here, we obviously found several violations. Given the circumstances around this one, we probably would recommend putting this one off for about 6 months to give the family time to get their affairs in order and come up with a game plan. So if the owners are here, maybe they might want to add something at this time. We'll have the pictures here in just a second to show you. Yeah.
Yeah, step up to the mic.
Maybe let the owners go first, you know, just to, is there anybody here for the Myers? Okay, so they're not here. So I still think it would probably be good to go out for 6 months, just to give them time.
Okay.
Hank Miller, 5570 North 300 West. This is from my heart here. I think this is not the proper time. I believe, I don't want to see any pictures. I don't want to hear any talk. They haven't even been in the ground for more than a month. I would highly encourage the commissioners to please table this for a couple more months. This man came to my door and he was hurting big time. Unfortunately, I didn't give him the time that he wanted. Some very bad things happened, and I just don't think the community's ready for this right now. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
I do just want to add that the notice went out the day before we found out that they had passed away, so.
Okay, go ahead.
I just want to
Can
basically...
you identify yourself, please?
My name is Carrie Harmon, and I live at 2100 Felt Street here in Huntington. And I just want to go off what Hank said. The family also had reached out to me at one point, and unfortunately I wasn't able to help them either. And I've been in contact with Melanie's mother and their children, and I just think that it is something that maybe needs to be put off for a little bit to see if they can get an estate established. I don't know if there was a will or anything like that, but I would think if there are violations that the county has to recoup some funds or whatever, that I would think it would have to go through an estate. So I would just hope that maybe there would be a little bit more time as well to give this family some time to get things. I mean, they're two young girls are the heirs, and so they're gonna need help with that, and that's just not something I think we need to rush at this point.
I think Kim's recommendation is to pause it for 6 months, and I don't have any problem as far as, I can't speak for the other commissioners, I don't have to see the pictures today.
I've already seen the pictures.
I mean,
don't think we need to make them
I've heard the
public either.
reports, I mean, I don't need to sensationalize this thing. I know this family's hurting. I think our recommendation is to move it down the road for 6 months and allow these people to grieve and allow these people to figure out where they're gonna end up, so.
Appreciate that.
It's definitely a tragedy, and we all feel for these two young girls, so.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Kim, I guess my big question is, from what pictures I've seen, and I'm okay with the 6 months, they want to get their affairs in order, but please tell me no one's living in there.
I don't believe anybody is living in there. I can't verify that. I believe the oldest daughter had been moved out for a few years. The youngest daughter, from my understanding, was living with the grandma in Roanoke. So I don't think that anybody's living in there. I would certainly hope not.
So our attorney, this will go out of public hearing. If we make a motion to carry this on for 6 months, can we put it in our motion that no one would be living in this house until we get our final determination?
Well, the state law gives the building commissioner the authority to issue an order to vacate or do not occupy. That would be a separate order that they would need to issue.
Okay.
So if that is something that shakes its way to the surface as being an issue, they can issue
Yes.
a separate order to vacate the structure. My recollection is that order becomes effective 10 days after it's issued. You don't have to have another public hearing for that to go into effect. A public hearing only happens in that circumstance if it's requested by someone with an interest in the property. Otherwise, it's just 10 days automatically
I just want
effective.
another procedure, and I have no
Yep.
problem with 6 months. I have no problem with not showing the pictures here. I've already seen them, but I really, in my mind, leaving here, I don't want to think that we just gave them 6 months and someone's living in that.
Yeah. So for this, once the public hearing's over, you guys would be making a motion to modify the order that Kim prepared to extend the deadline for compliance out to whatever that date would be, and to schedule a status hearing for that time. That would be the next procedural step for you guys, if that's what you want to do.
Right, I think that gets us to August 23rd. And the good thing about having the order is it's recorded, so if they were to sell their property, any future buyers are going to see the order
Gotcha.
and know what the violations are.
Okay. Any more discussion during the public hearing? If not, we're going to close the public hearing, and I would entertain a motion to move forward with Kim's recommendation of the 6-month extension with the order being in place if the property changes hands during that 6-month period.
So moved.
We're all second.
Motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. No opposed, motion is carried. Thank you.
Just want to, what is your closest date after August 23rd? 24th?
Yeah, August 24th.
Okay, I just want to go 10 o'clock?
Yep.
Okay.
Gretchen, do you have copies of the moratorium
I
for us,
have one,
please?
yes.
I need more than one, but that's fine. Just bring me one, please.
Kim has one for you. Oops.
Oh, I'm sorry, Greg.
So Kim, I'm going to let you just kind of present for a minute how we got here through the Plan Commission vote, and then I'm going to speak to the ordinance also.
So the commission, or the Plan Commission voted for a favorable recommendation to initiate a moratorium. And then you guys also approved that initiation. We then just had the public hearing on February 18th for the moratorium and received a favorable recommendation. I believe the vote was 8-1.
Kim, would you read the ordinance for the audience, please?
Sure. An ordinance for the adoption of a text amendment to the Unified Development Ordinance, or UDO, for Huntington County, Indiana, to place a moratorium on data centers, battery energy storage systems, also known as BESS, and carbon sequestration projects.
Just a couple items here, couple clarifications. I think some people think the term moratorium means ban. That is not the correct definition of a moratorium. A moratorium is a pause, a suspension of activities. And as commissioners, we felt like this ordinance was important to the community because as it stands right now, we have no protections against these 3 items that are listed, these types of projects. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a deep dive into this. We're going to allow the community in public forums to speak about how they feel about these 3 items. We're going to use professional land use attorneys to help us craft the ordinances. I think it's important to remember that we work for the people in the Huntington County community, and we are charged with doing the bidding of the people in this community, and that's what we're going to do. Like I said, you're going to have ample opportunity to voice your opinions and ideas on these particular items in a public forum We're going to facilitate the process as commissioners. We're committed to this. These ordinances are going to be, when completed, are going to be a direct reflection of what the Huntington County community wants, and nothing more and nothing less. We're also going to use facts and empirical evidence when we're going to use facts to arrive at a conclusion here, not opinions or something off the internet. So we're going to do a deep dive in it. We're going to educate ourselves, hopefully help educate the public here. Commissioner Waller, Commissioner Stoffel, do you have any comments before we vote on this particular item?
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance number 2026-0-04.
Motion by Commissioner Wall.
Before I vote, you want to open it up and ask if you're going to talk to the public about any input?
The input's going to be on this whole item. They can, I don't care if you want to do that.
Does anybody have anything they want to say about this? I mean, commissioners asked for it to happen, and the plan commission voted on it 8-1. And here it is back with us, so you know we're gonna pass it. Does anybody have anything they want to say about, for or against? Hank?
Just for the public information, so obviously we know the mayor and the city are going in a direction, and it's kind of unclear, but if we slow roll this kind of, if they ever decide to go from containers to actually making these batteries, how, would they be grandfathered claused in to, or do they get a pass because we haven't done this ordinance yet?
They are a separate entity, right?
Yeah, the city, they have their separate zoning code.
They have a separate zoning code. We have no control over their zoning codes.
Over the city, we have no control over it all.
Okay.
So
That's why at the
pretty
plan,
cut and dry.
at the plan commission, they had voted on that to send it to town of Warren, Andrews, Markle, Roanoke, for them to ratify that and follow through with what we're doing here.
So even though the city is in the county, you don't really have anything, you
That's the
can't,
same
you
problem
cannot
that we
give
have in
them a
Warren and
moratorium.
Roanoke. They need
Okay.
to agree to what we're doing on the moratorium also.
I think that's good information for the public to know. And let them know
Yeah,
that.
I think so.
So
Step on up.
that's where the city would say, we have home rule, we want local control. Their zoning falls under the city residents and not the counties.
Greg Whitcamp from Warren, and I'm glad to hear what you have said. And I really encourage you to really research what people want in Huntington County. Because I think that's, we hear all this about economic development, and the problem is we never hear what people want for economic development. And when I was on town council in Warren, we did exactly that, and we had Ball State University come up and they did a survey for us, and we compiled all that information. And it was a great eye-opener. And we found that people want to keep the small town. They don't want Fort Wayne to become down here to be Huntington, the size of Fort Wayne. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Yeah, we all believe in home rule and local control. I think all of us are against top-down government. We live in these communities. We understand what our communities want. That's what this process is going to be. We're going to listen to the people. We're going to compile all the information we can. Small rural communities deserve to control your own destiny. We'll fight for this to the bitter end, our ability to control what happens in our communities. And we're against any public policy that, or any matter that says otherwise, takes local control away from us.
Okay. Anybody else? George?
George Batnitsky, Roanoke, Indiana. I'd like to commend you on this moratorium, the support for it. One of the things that we have to look at is when we looked at the development plan, I was involved with this, assisting on the solar thing, but the development plan is like 5 years old, and none of these building types or occupancies even existed back then. So it's like, it'd be like saying, why don't you have anything in your county for spaceship landing zones, you know? It's that far out. And so I think it needs to be researched, I think it needs to be addressed, and like you said, it's not that you're gonna be against it, but it needs to have, we need to have guidelines in there that address this size of facilities, because there is a drain on resources, and it needs to be protected to protect the people. So thank you for this witness.
Thank you, George. So you got it first, I'll second it.
Motion first, ordinance number 2026-04. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion's carried, thank you. One other item, there's been a question, let me finish, please. There's been some question on our wind ordinance. In talking to Kim, it hasn't been revisited for a while. I think Kim feels like it's fairly substantial or fairly tight ordinance, some significant setbacks. Late in 2025, we had contracted with Andy Boxberger, who was our county attorney at the time, to revisit and look at the ordinance. Since we're not using him for this particular project, we are going to get with Ice Miller and revisit the wind ordinance and see if there's any thing we need to tweak or improve on that particular ordinance. So just FYI for anybody. I know there's been some chatter and some questions out there about where we stand on that, so.
Nuclear energy?
We have no say on that. We don't really have any say. It's gonna be the Energy Regulatory Committee. That will, we just don't have much say on that.
You don't think we can tell them where to put it?
We can't put, there's not a whole lot we're gonna be able to do about that. So they're their own commission and they supersede, like the railroad, like Duke
Interstate
Energy,
Commerce, yeah.
like, yeah, Energy Commerce.
I hear what you say, but I disagree. I think if the federal government comes and says that they're gonna put a nuclear plant downtown Huntington, Indiana, someone's gonna have something to say about getting the zoning permit.
I agree, that there's just not, there's not an ordinance. We've got some people looking into that, what we can do and what we can't. Adrian,
Okay.
you were at that meeting.
Yep.
And.
As long as someone's looking into it.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
buy that the federal government can come in here and do whatever they wanna do. If they can, shame on them.
Yeah.
Put it out there at the reservoir that they own.
Yeah.
Commissioners, would it also cover the small modular nuclear plants? They're not the size of a gymnasium or a large barn. I think it's about 3 to 5 years down the road. They're working on that around Indianapolis. A new company is coming in to develop that.
Those SMRs, is that what they call them?
SMR.
Yeah. Well, it's clean energy,
Yes.
pretty efficient. I think if it's done right, I think it would certainly help solve some of our energy issues. So, just my opinion. On this moratorium, as far as order of addressing it, we're going to start with data centers and then pivot to BESS system, battery energy storage systems, and then the last item on the moratorium that we're going to address is carbon capture. So right now, there's a lot of litigation going on in the state of Indiana on carbon capture. A lot of things up in the air. I think the state's going to step in and maybe establish some guidelines for that too. Maybe even the federal government, not sure, but talking to our land use council, his recommendation was not that we ignore carbon capture, but until the dust settles on all the litigation, his recommendation was that we put that third in line on our list of things to address. So. Okay.
I'll talk to Chris Parker.
Yeah, Chris, you want to come up and say a few words?
Chris Parker, 10797 North 100 East. On the ordinance discussion during the moratorium, will the public have any input on Ice Miller's recommendations?
Yeah, that's
There
what.
will be a public hearing.
Yeah, there's going to be public hearings, public forums. there's probably gonna be public hearings and public forums where people can get up and just speak to what their concerns or issues are. Yes. there's gonna be-
I figured it'd be similar to the solar discussions that we
Yeah.
had, there'd be
The
numerous.
the plan
hearings.
commission will be, those discussions will take place there, right, Kim? And then they'll make that recommendation, the plan commission, to the.
Correct.
But I think because of the topics, I think it might behoove us to use the Huntington North Gymnasium or the Heritage Hall at some point in time and allow the whole community to come in and just, express their thoughts and their feelings on it. I think that's important.
Perfect. Thanks for elaborating.
What's the method of getting people, allowing people to speak for more than 5 minutes at those presentations? I was shut down. This gentleman graciously gave me 3 more minutes, but these are topics that affect people's lives, and going and presenting and discussing them and being shut down if you only have 5 minutes to talk.
That was at the plan commission.
Yeah.
At the commissioners, when we did it, we didn't shut anyone down. We listened to everyone and we let them go over the limits there.
I'm talking, yeah.
We can't set policies for them different boards, but we can pass that on.
Can we go to the plan commission and
That's
ask them
fair.
to?
Yeah.
There's a guy that sits on the plan commission next to you, tell him
Well,
what
he
you think.
was the one that gave me 50%
He's the one that told you to
more
sit
time.
down?
He gave me 50% more time.
Watching.
But I had 3 pages of information, I only got through 1.
Yeah, I get it.
I think it's important that everybody gets heard to the extent they want to get heard, so, that will be our goal, George.
What would be
To hear-
better if you have documentation for, like, whether it be us or the plan commission, or if you go to a board to speak, or even the drainage board, if you have pertinent information and you're worried about being cut off, get that information to us beforehand, where we have a chance to go through it and highlight it and give us a chance to ask the questions of the things that we don't understand that you have on your paperwork. So I think that would help out considerably. Get it to the people, get it to, whether it be Kim or our commissioner's office there, get it to us before the hand. But I will tell you, we had our meetings here, we didn't have anyone that we shut off. I may ask the attorney to quit talking for the other side, but other than that, I think we heard everyone through and tried to be very cautious to make sure that our public is heard.
I guess I need to clarify that it was the plan commission.
Good deal. Thank you. I get it, that'd be pretty aggravating.
CCMG, next item, is there any other discussion on the moratorium, folks? If not, we'll move on to the next item.
Commissioners,
Sorry. Just a second, Bridget, I'm sorry.
Commissioners, I have Angie Moyer from Lockmuller Group here. Sorry.
Okay. So at your last commissioners meeting, we received 4 bids. They have been reviewed for accuracy, and we are recommending that you award to the lowest responsive bidder, EMB Paving, for a total of $740,382.50. And
Just
this
a-
falls
just a-
within your CCMG award, so you're covered there.
Just a quick note, the engineer's estimate was 748,513, so we actually came in under the engineer's estimate, which is unusual.
Yes, Yes, we recommend EMB paving.
In your packet, you have the full bid tabulation that breaks down each bidder and by each project. So you have that full range of information there.
Motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve E&B Paving's bid and award it to them.
Motion by Commissioner Wall, second by,
Stoffel, I'll second.
motion, yeah, motion and second by Stoffel and Wall. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. No opposed, motion's carried. Thank you.
So our community crossings award was a little bit more than that, correct?
Yes, the award
Can we capture any of that extra?
No.
Just thought I'd ask.
Good question, though.
Yeah.
Gotta try.
Yeah.
But yeah, they will only award what the contract is signed for.
No, I'm talking to commissioners across the state. Some of their bids come in way over what they was asking for, so they had to regroup and start over, so we're very fortunate.
Yes.
I didn't hear about any of the other towns, but I did hear Andrews, Indiana, they was under bid also. So they was able to get theirs and move forward. Great. Thanks for
Thank
doing
you.
this work and work with our county highway.
Thank you.
Good job, Bridget.
Thank you.
Next item is opening of annual highway bids and quotes. I'm probably going to wait till 11 o'clock in case any of the vendors that are quoting this are here.
I got 8, not my thing.
Adrian, you're attending that right-of-way
Yeah,
conference.
March 13th, I think it's being hosted at Ball State. The right-of-way is one of the afternoon topics. There's other community engagement for roadway projects, like involving the public in those, in the planning and implementation of those projects. It's kind of 2 sessions in the morning and then a break, and then I think 2 or 3 afternoon sessions where it's go to conference room A or conference room B based on the topic. But yeah, the afternoon session is on right away, and I believe Bob Aaronman, the attorney for Fort Wayne, is one of the speakers for that event.
Yeah, it'd be interesting what kind of information we can, what we can and can't do with right-of-way issues. That would be, I'd be interested to hear what their thoughts are on that, and whether we can, what we can do locally here to kind of legislate or control any issues we might have here
Right.
locally, so. We've got 15 minutes, gentlemen. Gretchen, do you have anything else for us?
No.
Let's just take a break. Just take a 5 or 10 minute break here, and we will open the annual highway bids and quotes at 11 o'clock. Folks, it's 11 o'clock. First time I've had to use this gavel. That was kind of fun. Yeah.
Kind of scary.
The one I've got downstairs is a rubber mallet, so it doesn't work very good. So anyways. Okay, we're going to have the opening of the annual highway bids and quotes. So we'll start in on this and see where we end up.
Okay, the first one is from McMahon Best One Tire.
I would not read all those. Is Locke
Yeah.
Mueller gonna go through every one of these? or
No,
what?
we do these our own selves.
Okay.
Yeah.
So explain to everybody that's out there, it hasn't been, there's just all kinds of different sizes of tires.
Right, this is every size of
prices.
tire that we use and the price. And we will compile a spreadsheet that has all of this information on it. Once these have all been opened, and it will be presented at the next commissioner meeting.
Okay. That was for tires, right?
Tires, yes.
Okay. We'll do a deep dive on that and report back at the next meeting on the tires.
Speedway, sand and gravel.
This one is from Speedway Sand and Gravel LLC. And this is for different sizes of gravel. So fill gravel, 53s, 73s, all of that.
So is there more than one quote for sand and gravel, I'm guessing?
All kinds of different.
There's different companies can bid for them, or whatever.
Okay.
That one just has everybody's, that company for each different size of aggregate.
73s, 53s, 2s, whatever.
Okay.
This is for accurate striping, and this is for pavement markings.
This is from Erie Stone, local Erie Stone.
Okay. Erie Stone, or IMI aggregate. This is item number 2, aggregate and limestone, and it has all of the different sizes of stone.
This is from Rock Creek, another local quarry company.
Thank you. Rock Creek Stone Quarry. Also, different types of stone, different sizes of stone.
Wolf Lake from Albion.
Wolf Lake, this is also for aggregate, item number 2.
This is a whole list of different culvert types.
This is from Debco Metal Culverts, and this is their 2026 product catalog, and it has every type of pipe, gauge, size.
St. Joe Manufacturing.
St. Joe Manufacturing, this is also for culvert pipe.
Milestone.
Milestone Contractors. These are for concrete bridge structures. Metal Culverts Incorporated. This is for different size of culvert pipes. This is from E3 Bridge, and this is information for box culverts, multi-plates, bridges, and miscellaneous. That might be the same one as that.
Feels like it.
That one was named copy, so this is the same one, it's just a copy.
Is it Regis?
This one is for St. Regis. This is for steel pipe.
Cutting blades for plows?
Yep.
St. Regis again.
St. Regis for grater blades.
This thing.
Civilcon is also for culvert pipes. And these are bids, I believe. This is a quote from Inyart Construction for heavy equipment prices.
Our local in your,
Mm-hmm. This one is from American Timber Bridge, and it's for treated timber materials. This one is from McAllister Machinery. Let's see what it's. Oh, this is also cutting edge grater blades.
here's Cold Patch.
Okay. Central Paving Incorporated for cold patch. Brooks Construction Company. This is for 2026 materials.
Asphalt.
E&B Paving. This is for different types of asphalt for 2026.
Calcium chloride.
Great Lakes chloride, calcium chloride. Wayne Asphalt for 2026 asphalt materials. Culver and Sons asphalt materials for cold patch.
Brooks.
Brooks Construction again. Oh, this is a second copy of that other one that we just had. E&H Bridge and Grading Incorporated. This is for pre-engineered and prefab bridges. Yeah, that one is the second copy for Brooks. That's it. This one and the copy is here. That's it.
Okay, gentlemen, we'll make a motion, take these under advisement, and come back to us with a spreadsheet.
Motion by Commissioner Wall to take the quotes and bids under advisement, second by Commissioner Stuffle. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. No opposed, motion's carried. Thank you. Next item on the agenda, Tim Eckert, Veteran Service Officer Accreditation Standards. And Cam, we'll let Cam.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Cambria Sparks. I'm with the Indiana Department of Veterans Affairs, and I'm here to address the new County Veteran Service Officer Accreditation Standards. So I will just go over the form that I gave you guys. If you guys have any questions, just ask me. I'm required to brief all county commissioners in my district twice a year, so once before June and then once after July, just to give you an update on the CVSO, whether they're in compliance or not. I'm going over Senate Bill 433, which is now Indiana Code 10-17-1-9, which is the accreditation standards. The purpose of this policy is to establish comprehensive and mandatory standards for the accreditation of the service officers who are conducting operational business within the state of Indiana. The statute sets clear required rules for accrediting service officers who help veterans and their family members with their claims here in Indiana. Service officers shall perform all functions, operations, and report all information as required by the State Department and the claims management system. Required functions and operations include but are not limited to the following: completion of relevant information fields and forms, intake form and log of walk-ins, appointments, and interactions, claimant information, responsibility, liability form, other protocols deemed to affect operational effectiveness and efficiency, and then only accredited service officers in compliance with this policy are authorized full unrestricted access to the claims management system, which means an admin or a secretary that's not accredited, they cannot complete any claims or submit them on behalf of the veteran. So a quick overview of Indiana Code 10-17-1-9R. The CVSOs are required to be hired by the county and not appointed every 4 years. The CVSO's office hours must maintain 1,000 hours per year, which is roughly, I think, 20 hours per week. So as long as they're working at least 20 hours a week, they'll be in compliance. The updated and posted office hours must be on the CVSO's door and in the IDVA website, appropriate internet connection and office technology, and utilization of the state claims management software, a PIV card, which allows the Veteran Service Officer to access the VA's portal to help veterans, appropriate internet connection, private office space to conduct confidential discussions, for example, health information, bank account information, security standards and office protocol. We're trying to get uniformity across the state of Indiana. So if a veteran comes into this office, and then let's say they go into Marion County's office, they're going to have the same experience, same service. Requirement to attend IDVA trainings annually and semi-annual district meetings to maintain federal accreditations. So we'll have a district meeting in April that they have to attend, and then the 4-day annual training is in June, and then we'll have another again in September. If for whatever reason the County Veteran Service Officer can't attend one of the district meetings, they can attend one of the other 4 district meetings. They'll also have to conduct their online trainings with proficiency examinations that the VA puts on, which is called TRIP training. New CVSOs are required to reach out to the IDVA for CVSO orientation and training courses. That's for all new hires. So if Tim, for whatever reason, decides to leave and you guys hire someone new, that's the standard that they have to meet. Through the claims management system, CVSOs will capture clients' data to be used for reports, logs, and other various data to remain compliant. Outreach expectations and various other data entry that we conduct. Those are all the standards. If for whatever reason the CVSO is not in compliance, if you go to the back, non-compliance is Chapter 7. There'll be a breach of accreditation standards. And then we'll have a remediation of non-compliance. So if there's a problem, the IDVA will send out a notice to the county commissioners and to the CVSO. The officer has 30 days to submit a fixed plan and then 60 days total to correct it. If it's not fixed, then it'll go to the commission for a hearing for possible revocation of the accreditation. If it does go to a hearing, the County Veteran Service Officer can present evidence and arguments on their behalf. The commission will review everything and decide by majority vote. Once that vote's conducted, it's final. And then if the officer doesn't show up without good cause, the hearing happens anyway, and discipline can still be imposed. If accreditation is revoked, the officer immediately loses all rights to help with claims or access systems. So they can still sit in the office, and they can still sit in the position, but they won't be able to do their job. As of now, Tim's compliant on every state standard except for his PIV card, which he's applied for that, so he's in the process of getting that. So it won't be much longer before he has that, and then he'll be in full compliance on everything.
Can I ask you, is this an improvement on an existing standard, or is this a brand new standard across the board?
It's a brand new standard across the board.
Okay. So can I ask you what the driving force has been behind this?
I can tell you real quick, it started in Hamilton County that
Yes.
they had major problems, and I was part of the legislative team to help get this bill
Yes.
in place through the Association of Indiana Commissioners.
Yes.
We pushed for this legislation because in Hamilton County, they had a huge mess.
Yes.
And if you see that we are in compliance, we have a monthly report from Tim, and I don't know if you've seen our reports that he brings to the county commissioners. He always comes to us and tells us how many veterans he has seen, how many millions of dollars he has brought back to Huntington County, what he is doing, how many people he sees, without giving any kind of pertinent information,
Right.
their privacy.
Yeah, correct.
But we have always had the standards here in Huntington County. We're here to help the veterans, and we want to make sure our veteran service officer is doing that for us. And then when I
Yes.
gave them reports to Commissioner Harebrant in Hamilton County, he says, holy cow, you
Yeah.
know? So we worked as a team, working with this to get this done, because unfortunately, in some of these other counties, they've lost millions of dollars of benefits that should have went to veterans
Yes.
and wasn't followed through with.
Correct,
That's why
100%.
we did this.
Yeah.
So, but no, we're willing to work with you, and you see any changes that we need to make there in his office, I'm pretty sure Tim will jump right in there and get it done.
These standards, pretty much, the people that are doing the right thing, it doesn't affect them at all.
Correct.
Like Tim. The only thing that it affected Tim with is having to get a new PIV card. That's it. So like I said, the counties that are doing the right thing, they go about their daily business as normal.
So I asked, we do not have access to his, to that information he is going in there. Alls I ask is you, if you're gonna be in charge of this area, if you see
Oh, yeah.
that we're not getting the amount of monies back to Huntington County because we're making mistakes, would you please let us,
Oh,
one of us
absolutely.
three know?
Absolutely, 100%.
That's our thing, that's our only way of gauging how Tim is doing.
Right.
Is, you know, you're gonna be the principal and you're gonna be able to say, hey, what's going on? Because we don't have access to what he is giving
Exactly.
you. We wanna make sure that it's coming to you so that we can get these monies back to us.
Right, 100%.
We're gonna work with you,
Yeah,
absolutely.
and, you know, my job is not to, you know, punish the county veteran service officers, get them fired. My job is to help them.
No, that is our job. If they're not doing their job, they're
Exactly.
not gonna work for us.
Exactly. And it's refreshing to hear county commissioners say this.
No, and we have talked, our Commissioners Association is very strong, and when Commissioner Harebrant brought that up to us,
Yes.
that's why we made it a priority to do what we can to help. Why did we need a bill to get this done?
Exactly.
Don't assume it's gonna be accomplished, but when I could tell them what we're doing in Huntington County, my gosh, we was kind of a model for them to help get this bill put together.
Exactly, 100%. Like I said, those CVSOs that are doing the right thing, this is not going to affect them at all.
Yeah.
At all. But the ones that are not, like we have people that were not using the claims management system, that were still doing it by paper and faxing it in. With the fax, yeah, it could come back that says, hey, we received it, but it doesn't guarantee that they received every part of it, you know, 100%.
It is no longer a good retirement job. This is a job.
This is a job. It's not a retirement job for someone just to sit in the office and, you know, twiddle their thumbs. This is a job.
No, and
With
luckily,
our-
Tim has helped us out, and we're far exceeding them expectations, and glad to hear he just has one little,
Yeah, and with the claims management system, I mean, it shows you exactly what was submitted, and if there's a, you know, a problem at the VA, I mean, there's no computer system that's 100% correct all the time, you know, there's mistakes that happen. Or with technology.
sure.
But let's say, you know, I file a claim for a veteran, and then they get a letter from the VA saying, you know, hey, your claim's not, you know, 100% finished. Veteran comes to me and they're complaining to me, you know, why didn't you submit it? I go back into my system and I can look at the very bottom to show exactly what was submitted.
Sure.
So then I can send something to the VA saying, you know, no fault of the veteran or the CVSO, these items weren't received.
And we
Through the
know
VA system.
We have veterans from other counties that come here
Yes.
because they hear that Tim is good at.
Yes.
getting
Including my
success.
son.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's what this bill is for also, is to make sure that that veteran comes from another county, they're getting the same service across the board, 100%. But not every CVSO is, you know, efficient like Tim is.
They're gonna be.
If you want
Yeah.
to use it for a poster child, you can take this picture.
They're gonna be.
I'll let him know that. I just recently took over the district, I think it was maybe the end of January,
Do you have
because.
cards yet? If not, make sure.
Yes, I have some that I can get to Tim. Cameron Lochner, who was the district service officer up in the Northeast District, he retired and moved on. So now we're down to 5 district service officers. We have 5 districts now. So we redistrict, and I took over this county, so.
Good.
But I never heard any complaints about it, and so we should be good. But you're right.
He's done a
like,
great job.
all this has happened over issues with Hamilton County, Indiana. We had a CVSO that was not filing claims and doing everything that they were supposed to be doing, and some veterans got screwed out of some money, so,
Big time.
yeah.
A lot of lost income.
Not some, a lot.
Yeah, a lot of lost income, which is
Yes, but
unfortunate.
a lot of times, county commissioners don't understand what the CVSO does.
Are you part of, Hamilton County's not your area?
No.
So, yeah. if you
I
ever
took it
meet
over.
Commissioner Harebrant there, ask him about, because every month, when Tim would give us reports, I would send them to him just to jab him a little bit and say,
Yeah.
hey, look what I'm getting, you know?
Yeah, I had took over Hamilton County after all that had went through and right before the lawsuit,
Okay.
so, but Hamilton County's not mine anymore because I have
Yeah,
more of the
Commissioners
Central
had
East.
to sue the Veterans Affairs. So it was quite the deal.
Yeah, veterans sued the county, and then the county sued the IDDA. So,
Well, we're on the right path.
yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome. If you guys ever need anything from me, I'll give Tim some of my cards to give to you guys. Just reach out to me anytime.
Thanks.
All right, thank you for your time.
Thank you. Hey, Tim, could you step up here for a minute and talk about, we received, from a Duke Energy Foundation grant, we received $2,500, and the commissioners added another $3,000 as a pot to help with this. It's for single veterans, and Tim, I'll kind of let you explain why it's for single veterans and not all veterans, and what we're trying to accomplish with this grant, which is going to go live today. We're going to post it on our website, and so I'll let you speak to it, Tim.
So what we noticed, there was like a hole for single veterans who didn't have any funding available to them in case of emergencies. Say they needed to pay for their gas bill to keep their gas on, or electrical bill to keep the electrical on, or make a vehicle repair or stuff like that. So Indiana Department of Veterans Affairs has a Military Family Relief Fund, which does not apply to single veterans. And then the American Legion also has a fund. And so a lot of funds are dedicated to families or veterans that have families. So we put in for this grant through Duke. We put in for the maximum, $3,000. We got 2,500. And then the commissioners also gave another $3,000.
Right.
So we drafted some procedures on what to follow. I'm going to be assisting those veterans in make it available to help them fill out the form, but also make sure that there's a true need and it's not somebody trying to take a game the system. And then we have come up with some ideas on how much be the maximum, be $500.
is going to be the
So
maximum
just
amount, so.
case by case, we'll work on that. But yeah, that was the whole goal, was to help those single veterans who don't have anything else that can help them keep them in their home, or keep power on, or keep the gas on and stuff like that.
I mean, obviously, you can get bogged down in the paperwork, so Tim and Gretchen and I sit down and try to minimize the amount of paperwork that's involved. We think there's some key points here that we need the information we needed to show the need, and I think we've got a pretty good application. Tim's, and I told Tim to put this out there, that, Tim will help anybody fill out this application if they feel like it's an issue, trying to get the information pulled together. So I think it'll be a good program. I don't know if it's once a year. I was talking to Tim about the.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into reapplying and see if it is an option for us to reapply for it. And there are no restrictions from Duke Energy on the issuing of the money. So they didn't put any restrictions on that.
We just set the parameters for what's eligible on the grant form itself. Cool. So.
And I've been helping veterans with financial assistance and housing, and for the last 10 years that I've been doing this, so. All right.
Appreciate it, Tim.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Adrian, you got anything for us?
No, sir.
Any other public comment or anything for the good of the order?
An easy one for you. John Michaels, 3833 North Range Line Road. You guys record these on YouTube, but there's no standard naming convention for these. It's hard.
No standard what, John?
Naming convention. It's hard for the citizens to find any of these.
Okay.
Your last recording says drainage board in 2025.
Okay.
It's an easy task. Let's knock this one out right here.
Duly
Can't
noted.
argue with you.
Duly noted. We want people to be able to find it. So.
Okay.
I'm hoping that as time comes on, we're going to be able to introduce something that's going to make it better for the public.
I think you're in negotiations now, aren't you?
Yeah.
So, Yeah.
And I watched YouTube before the Plan Commission meeting the other night. It's a technology thing on my side, on my own TV. I'm pretty sure I almost had to ask a grandkid to come over and help me with it, but it was not very easy to find it, but I did find it.
My cell phone number's not hard to find. You can give me a call.
Yeah.
Let's come up with a standardized naming convention. It's an easy one. Let's
I
just
think
do
you're
it
probably
right
going to
now.
see it as time comes on.
Yep.
Is that something we can do right now?
They're working on it.
Yeah.
We're getting quotes and getting different systems to come in.
We don't need a full system for right now. Here's a Band-Aid fix. Huntington County Commissioners Meeting, numerical month, no leading zero, numerical day, no leading zero, 4-digit year.
Who handles that?
IT.
We'll pass it on.
All right. And it's 2026, not 2025.
Okay. Thank you.
Hank, 5570 North 300 West, to piggyback what he said, as someone that tries to follow the government meetings, a lot of these entities come and ask for taxpayer dollars. And one of the issues I have is I can't always go to a drainage board meeting and, or a community corrections meeting, which should be real. So what, is it possible the commissioners can start pushing, like, hey, you know, we're giving you guys a lot of money, why can't you record your stuff and make it available out to the public? Because it's not always easy to attend, especially what, 8:30, they're gonna have one at noon on Friday, and it's just a little frustrating for the public to figure out what's going on.
So Hank, I have not been happy with the recording since it started, okay? The law came into place. I met some new people at a conference in December. We asked them to come in and evaluate our system. They're getting us complete quotes, what we can do. They're doing other judicial centers, other courthouses across the state and have great success. I just one vote here, and I passed it to these guys here. They said, hey, let's get the quotes and get them come back here. Why are we having a meeting and I have to have a paid IT guy sitting back here with all these gizmos and gadgets? If he got ill right now and had to leave, this is probably going to be shut down, okay? That's just me. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Not knocking our IT guys, but they have other specialties that they do in the courthouse that they have to get accomplished. I think you're probably going to see a better system rolling out here when they get our entire system evaluated and come back and give to us what they're doing for other counties and stuff too.
That's frustration that this stuff is already figured out.
You know,
by other counties, by other
when I
entities,
leave this
even by
meeting,
the mayor.
sometimes I get texts from people saying I couldn't hear you, or the quality was horrible. I don't know if you know my older brother Jim, he's probably sitting in Florida right now watching this, and he's gonna call me here in 2 hours and complain about the quality, and he couldn't hear what I was saying. But then again, he hadn't texted me yet, because I'm ready for it. But I totally get it. I think we all get it. We need to have a system that's gonna be up and running where we can walk in the door and have it going, and we don't have to have a paid IT guy here to get it accomplished.
Flip a switch.
I'm with you.
Okay, thank you.
Are you ready for me to say you was right, Hank? You was right. I've been complaining about this since last year, and these guys have heard me, and we have band-aided little different things across this place, but no one likes going to Sweetwater Sound in Fort Wayne other than me to buy stuff for my guitar that makes me sound halfway decent. But you know, this is high technology stuff that we have to get figured out, and we have a company that does this as a living all across the state of Indiana, and I think they're gonna come up with a good system for us.
And we also appreciate the meeting being here for such a large group. That we appreciate that. Thank you.
Adrian, is there anything on any governmental entities, I'm just curious, any governmental entities as far as requirements for quoting or for broadcasting or that wouldn't fall under what Hank's talking about?
So the lead, legislative, executive, and fiscal. So you guys, as the commissioners, are legislative and executive, and county council is the fiscal. You are the ones that are required to live stream your meetings and do the recordings, keep those for at least 90 days. And then any other governmental bodies that meet in the same locations as you know, in the commissioner's room or in this particular room location, because county council meets here, they are also required to do the live streaming of their meetings.
So what about like, say, community corrections or drainage board or that, those entities?
Those are public meetings, the public's certainly welcome to attend. I'm not sure about the audio recording requirement for that, but they are exempt from the live stream part because of the location that they meet. They don't meet in the same spot as you or county council.
Okay, I wanted clarification on that.
Yep.
So with our drainage.
What the exceptions were.
We do have a policy set up for Zoom meetings at the Drainage Board. I think 2 or 3 meetings ago, I could not attend. I had to be in Indianapolis. They had something that they was beating us up on, and I needed to be there. 2 of our members were on vacation out of the United States. They wasn't going to have a quorum. We had a hearing that was going to happen. I said, well, if you can get it Zoomed in, I'll be glad to come in here and break away and be on the Zoom. But Gretchen sets that up for us, and it's not the easiest thing to do. We need to make it, it's going to be here forever. We better make it simple. Maybe.
Yeah. We're actually looking at leasing some equipment instead of purchasing because, as we all know, technology changes every day, every month. We thought it'd be prudent to lease the equipment and not purchase the equipment outright just because of the extreme cost of technology and just because it's technology, for me in particular, is a moving target. So I know enough about technology to be dangerous, but I'm going to hire the best people we can find to get it fixed. So.
With that being said, Phil, will we have all them quotes by our next meeting and a presentation from the company?
Yes,
Since they brought it up.
have them here, I'm going through them, I got some questions, clarifications,
Okay.
et cetera, so,
Thank
yep.
you.
Very good.
Motion to adjourn. Are you done?
Yeah, if there's nothing else for the good of the order, motion to adjourn. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
No eyes.
Motion.